perspective. It's the little things in life. But yeah, they have fun. It's good. Snack and everything. Afterwards, it seems like they took everything in the goddamn farm. They all fucking honest. I don't know if it's that good, but they took everything, every medicine, everything. That's how the fancy goes alive or something. I got something about the man. Thank you. A very nice style of it. Let's do the flower for you. So it's got me a better. Here. So let me first I want to check in with that fence because I'm carrying it on a stone machine. Go check in with him. And then I'm going to run by the shops or store and I'll check out things. It's not here yet. Then the guy, no one is outside. Get the photo. No, we didn't have to get it. Give me a weapon like this. It's low factor. Here. Finally. That's the last one. Okay, you know, like a bit. Okay. Okay, you know, like a bit. 1 minute space instead of that. We got around to it. Just stand up faster. So you just say that, but you're kind of getting fucked up right now, buddy. And maybe got way more stamina, but it kind of was sketchier than I would like, to be honest. You know, so I like to be doing that. A lot of restoration. Okay, so you didn't get what did you want to do? Hey, this is good. That's good. I'll rescue that. Just rescue this. I don't know about it. So it's not a bad price. I do that. It's great buy. Just with best effects. Honestly, I haven't picked up dollars this year. But that makes I lose. So I want that, then an element for these goblins, that's fresh shield, or probably 7 euros. Sorry about it, but I'm kind of a long time ago. So, let's grab a dog. For the finest goods and lowest prices in all citizens. Thank you for your patience. Farewell. Really need to offload this stuff the fence before we try these other quests. Let's just see if he's there, the medicine's in, I'll offload it. Otherwise, I'm just cutting up his month. I'll just cut it all in there for somewhere. Getting something. I only want to be good for failure. What am I interested in? But you nonsense. was talking on my meeting. Food on the meeting. It was something a little bit more. I said, oh, it's definitely not. These events. They're just finding the materials. Yeah, stash all the shit. Fixed. I not do that. Whatever. I don't think everything I think is good. Value anyway. That was good. Madness. So it was nothing. It just makes a difference. You probably just go to goods with everything. Chuck behind the house. Maybe they won't even use. Nope, just chuck behind the house. I'll keep the repair hangers. What's that value? Same with the lock fix. There we go. It's good. Very good. So if I was new to this, it would go down. Basically, go. Still, you can ask for that. I don't know. Repair hanger. Just make the rice. Move the rice. Never stuff that. How? I'm not even like it does. Oh, because of all the stuff I had. I got, good stuff in. So that's a pretty top up in $6 the shops and everything. Okay, there we go. Yes, there we go. Alright, so let's go that. If I can still do it, I need to get into that fast. Yeah, I'll talk to somebody. If it's too late. So be it. Here's the shop open. Let me talk to you. Good as still. We have to go.
This is healthier than our actual town.
And to Cardiff. So, like them toasted, how would you like them?
Pop-Tart, crazy!
Bring your brows, friend. The Imperial watches. So, Claudette sent you, huh? Now then, she usually excited about people well, but maybe that's what we're looking for. I'm the chairperson for the Society of Concerned Persons. We formed this group a while back. This is a nice, fair, benefit system. Not every store is a member, but we're slowly trying to convince them to join. Everything was fine until Dora here opened his shop nearby. Selling all sorts of merchandise.
Very slinky.
We don't always sell what we sell, but it's still a problem. People who buy tend to want to spend their money there. That leaves none for us. He's getting so fat, I feel like they have to close out songs. To outright refuse to join the society party is such an error. He must be convinced he's up to no good. What we need is for you to take his candidate and figure out where he gets the vision from. Find him for some small news and let us hear it. We can do it ourselves, and we recognize it's all us. The God takes a bare thousand goals and we can solve justice.
Okay? That sounds good. I like it.
Thanks again for your help. We have no other
I've got to 30 minutes. It's going to be more episode.
I don't think very much for the
Pelts, glass of beer, wall, diets. I mean, that one can really have anything I want to got it. It's almost done. I was trying to like come around with facts, come around and so get all the money for our ass.
That is a fair. That seems a fair fight.
Also, laugh me. There's gold ain't going down.
A good price? Or a good.
It seems like a decent way to make money. It's just snatch up everything from that bar
It's a fair deal.
and then sell it all. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm only getting one gold. It's like an easy 100 gold.
I appreciate your business. What about my inventory? Well, thank you. It's not only a fine assortment of goods, but a bit of a treasure trove. You never know when I'll have stuff. I can see by the look on your face. You wonder where I get all these fantastic items. I'll tell you, and I'll tell everyone else where. It's all about who you know. Sources are good. Anyway, I'm looking around, and when you are ready to buy, give me a shout.
There's probably like fleecing stuff off of other people. That stuff didn't.
I want my kids to enjoy a better VC. We've made real progress evolving the energy landscape with renewable natural gas, hydroelectricity, investing in energy efficiency, and even strides in hydrogen research. Energy for a better BC.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And best-in-class fuel economy that's down for wherever. And a family that's down for mostly whatever. And Chevrolet. Together let's drive. Keep an eye on watch after you close the shop. The time's at 7:45. I can't do it for much longer. Oh, hello. I work as a guard with a contact. My name is John. I am one of his guard dogs. No more, no less. He pays us well to guard his men's treasure, which is enough to me. That's the wicked guard of the leading notes in Talos Plaza. Burning trail. Oh, I want to see if I can. Spaces jump. Really wish I could make like space also interact in conversations when you hit enter. I don't see. I don't see enter as a keybind. Some of the people are coming out in a second now. Oh, basically. Hello, man. See now, it's our backpack thing today. I don't think so. I think he asked me about the pumpkin. Yeah, that's other shops. Oh. Where the fuck, where did you just go? What the fuck is a wizard? Get the door open, maybe it's here, maybe it's merchant center. It's so good to meet you. Hello again. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I almost lost it. Hello again. Hello again.
Oh, he's done for the rest of the season.
That's seats there. For your lunch. Just let it go. I do have a bed available for 20. Double the price that we have only started. Let's say about 9 this time. I like this guy's in on it. Maybe they like the you have a stand game and having food scoops and all travelers stuff. It really is. Everyone's left. Welcome back. All right, let us discuss the Nashville fantasies that they had that haven't been on the way. But they went from a record of 47, 30, and 5 for 99 points, which I think is the same record as Carolina had this year.
and they dropped to 30, 40, 20, 58 points out of the 30-plus point drop from the year before. And people generally didn't see this coming. This was a team that had been top 10 in the NHL last season. There's no reason to think they would see this year, really. Because they had to mark themselves. Well, Marshall's goal scoring dropped from 78 games, 21 goals, 35 assists, 56 points. Not the worst cap hit at $5.5 million till 2029, but he is trending in the wrong direction. Then there's Steven Stamkos. After many years in Tampa, he finally goes to a new organization and struggles. This does happen. 82 games, 27 goals, 26 assists, 53 points. $8 million cap hit until 2028. And so Stamkos had his struggles during this season. I'm sure that he will bank on being able to bounce back next year. But once players are in their mid-30s, that is not guaranteed. Brady Shea, 82 games, 10 goals, 23 assists, 33 points, gives you $7 million cap hit until 2031. We'll see how that ages. We know the salary cap is going to go up this summer. That could help. But when they signed those three players, it was seen as the fundamental shift. The NHL website itself on July the 2nd had an article which stated in it, advanced metrics suggest the Stanley Cup window has reopened. The metrics, the advanced stats show that Marshall Stamkos say he's fine. And that's where, with advanced stats, you have to take it with a grain of salt, right? When a team's changing organizations, their numbers could completely change with advanced stats for reasons of, they're not with the same line mates, it's not the same team. Everything's going to be a little bit different, so don't necessarily expect the analytics to line up from one organization to the next. One thing I wanted to mention here, too, is that the season, it sounded like it got off to a rough start, but the whole situation with Askarov didn't really benefit the Nashville Predators. Askarov, once they had re-signed Sarms, it became obvious there wasn't a path there to become the starter in Nashville. Askarov wanted out. And so he was traded to San Jose in a deal that I would say is not likely to age well for Nashville. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that it's only 1 year from that trade, so maybe, but I don't think so. Askarov has a path to being the starter in San Jose, and that's where we get into that debate, so whether or not they should have been willing to give Askarov a chance to go for that starting job. We'll talk about that when we come back to it. Now, their cap space for this summer, so July the 1st, according to Puckpedia, $17.31 million in cap space, which is a lot, relatively speaking, what most teams are working with this season. But when you're looking at re-signing players, and they've got a little bit in the way of RFAs, they've also got a couple of UFAs they're going to have to replace. They don't have $17.31 million in cap space just to go and add new players. That's going to have to be used for the re-signing players and whatnot as well. So it is a challenge for Nashville if they want to get better. Barry Trotz has stated in previous times that he wanted the team to get better. Although I do think he's probably a little more maybe some sort of a retool right now than he might have been, say, last December. I did find articles too back in November where he was optimistic they were starting to turn things around. And at times it looked like they might have been. There's nothing sustainable. So they do have some draft capital. They have 3 first-round draft picks this year, 2 seconds, and 2 sixth-round picks. They have extra draft capital for next year as well, 2 seconds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, and then in 2027 they have a couple of thirds and a couple of fourth-round draft picks as well. So the one sticking point here for some might be Andrew Burnett. I did see fans during this season saying, some stuff about Burnett. The job was good for Nashville. But it looks like he's coming back next year, and I say it looks like I haven't seen it 100% confirmed. It might be one of those things where, as we get closer to the draft, and once all of the firing is taking place, and we know that coming out of the first round of the playoffs, get closer to the firing there. We'll see if Burnett's job safe, but it looks like it's going to be Barry Trotz as the GM, very likely to be good for the coach. I don't think he's likely to someone very quickly. So we'll see. One sticking point, too, with the season that Nashville had is that at home they were 20-18-3, which is not great, but it's not awful. And away from home, they had the same record as Chicago, 10-26-5. They just could not win on the road. And it is definitely a storyline. I don't think they'll be the only team I talked about where the road record cost them, but it definitely cost them here. although that record at home at 2018-3 isn't exactly Nashville. Nashville, over the last decade, they've been pretty darn good at home, and so they'll be looking to get that back at the very least next year. You want at least 25 wins at home, I would say, and then at least 16 or 17 on the road, so you can start thinking about playoffs and where you may end up. Now, looking at their season month by month, they were 3-6-1 in October, but they started 0-5, so a little bit maybe in 35 and then they were 4-6-5 in November. In December, they were 4-8-1. So 2024 wasn't kind to them. Then the calendar flips, and they were better in January. They were 7-5. Then in February, they were 3-5. Then in March, 6-9-1, and in April, 3-5. So 1 month where they were around 500 this year. And for Nashville, that really is not what was expected. This team was expected to be a lot better than that. Now, they're playing against top teams we've talked about during the season. So I wanted to investigate that and see were they really better against the top teams. And the answer is, yeah. They were 2-2 against Winnipeg, with a lot of teams in the league would envy that record against Winnipeg during the regular season. They were 0-2 against Washington, and Capitals took them out twice. They were 1-2 against Vegas, 1-1 against Toronto, 2-2 against Dallas. So those are the two top teams in the Central, and they played pretty well against them. Now, the last game against Dallas, end of the season, maybe Dallas wasn't as focused, but still, 2-2 is pretty good against Dallas. They were 1-1 against LA, 0-2 against Tampa. So nothing decided regulation in the two games in this game. Colorado 2-1 against Seattle, 0-2 against Edmonton, 2-0 against Carolina, and 0-2 against Florida. So against the top 11 teams in the NHL. Now, there were restrictions to the top 10, and I thought, no, Florida's 11. So we'll put Florida on the board, defending champs and all that. But against the top 11, by my count, they were 11-15-5, a 435 points percentage, which isn't great. But against the rest of the league, they were 19-29-3, a 402 points percentage. So yes, Nashville played better against the top teams than they did against the bottom teams. And with that as well. This is a team that definitely played up to the competition and then wasn't able to break their A game against some of the bottom teams in the league. So there is maybe that's the focus thing, and for people who think that, Andrew Burnett maybe couldn't come back, you can use that as an argument to say, well, they weren't up to those teams against the bottom teams. They weren't able to focus against teams they should be able to beat, right? Or at the very least, they weren't able to focus the results. You can say the focus was there if they couldn't get the results, right? So the one thing I wanted to highlight here is UC Saros' numbers have been trending down. Yes, the team is trending down, but I think there is a link there. So he's been seen as an analytics firm for a long time. I did see that mentioned in the same article. He suggested that Dallas got one of the focus saying analytical early. UC Saros re-signed for a long-term extension. It looks like this team is going to extend for a long time. And then, so 2020, 2021, a lockout was going on. This was the 56-game season. I'm so used to saying lockout for the season. But 56-game season where you just played your division, you went 21-11-1, 927 save percentage, and according to Money Puck, he saved 13.2 goals above expected. So he played above average by that much. 2021-2022, 38-25-3 record, 918 save percentage, and the number one, 20.7 goal saves above expected. And then he had a ridiculous season in 2022-2023, 33-23-7, 919 save percentage, and he saved 46.7 goals above expected. So those numbers are insane, absolutely crazy. And then they dropped 2023-2024. So last season, he finishes 35-24-5. His save percentage dropped to 906. Goal saved above expected. It goes underwater there, -3. So -3.0 last year, and his season 20-31-6, 896 save percentage, and the goal saved above expected drops to -7.4. So that is one thing to keep an eye on, and this is where we go back to the Esparro conversation, where you had this goaltender you've been developing, and in all likelihood, you might get this ready to do this next season. And if Sarah was just in those 20 out, there was an impact. And goaltenders that they do the same, and maybe the bounce back next year, but the numbers have been trending in those directions a couple of years in a row now. Now, their overall numbers are underneath noted. 31st in goals scored per game at 2.59. 27th in goals against per game at 3.34. The power play, they were the league at a 21.9% success rate. The penalty kill was actually 7th in the league at 81.5%. So special teams, not awful. Much like Chicago that I talked about yesterday, special teams in Nashville, not bad. The soft shooting percentages and all that would tell you that they had a really good pickup. It's still okay. This is why
I bet I got a decent value from that.
That's why
3 second round picks now. Good.
I don't like what this team did. We'll see how it works. You just never know. It does feel like some of the personnel decisions made in the offseason probably were not optimal looking now at how things went this season. I don't know if they haven't added Marchessault, Stamkos, and Shea, other than having all that extra cap space. I'm not seeing people are necessarily been better. Although, for example, they had some for keepers go with forever.
So let's dive into today's Montreal Canadiens festivities with an introduction that's a lot more positive. This is actually from a few days ago. In fact, it's from the regular season. But the reason we are bringing it up now is because, firstly, there was an article written about it, which we can screenshot the bullets from, and secondly, I personally think that getting some positive Montreal Canadiens discourse out into the universe is a good thing to do at this time. Now, the Habs play Washington in Game 3. Bell Center's going to be buzzing, the beers are going to be cracking, and the folks are going to be loud. I, unfortunately, am not going to watch a good chunk of this game. I've got commitments today. But if the Montreal Canadiens end up doing something spectacular, if there are things to talk about, you know that I'll hit y'all with the emergency vlog. Most probably coming from an empty field with some volleyball nets in the background. Probably. No guarantees, though. If the Canadiens play a game that's not really noteworthy and it's not really too interesting to talk about, then I guess we can skip it. And I know it feels kind of bad to say that because, you don't ever want to skip a playoff game. But, I don't know. You can kind of tell where the tea leaves are going if the Canadiens have an uninspired Game 3 at home. However, if there is something to talk about, then we will talk about it. I just won't be here at home being able to watch every single detail and pay attention to everything like I normally do. So, with that in mind, let's manifest some positive vibes here by talking about some positive Canadian stories. And in particular, we're going to dive into a radio clip on BPM Sports Talk Radio from 10 days ago. This will be linked in the description. It's a 50-second clip of the BPM Sports Talk Show, which features guest Martin Leclerc, who goes out there and talks about how Habs scouts told him that in a normal context, Ivan Demidov would surely have been chosen first in the most recent draft. And that is kind of a ridiculous thing to say now, isn't it? Habs scouts telling Leclerc that, Ivan Demidov, if things were normal, if all the information was available and ready to access, then Ivan Demidov would have gone first overall. This is really interesting. Now let's dive into this article from earlier this morning by Elias Etienne that pretty much has the quotes from the Leclerc video, and the reason I'm using this article is because the video on BPM is in French, and, it's kind of difficult to do things on the fly here. This is the comment that Martin Leclerc makes on the show. If the territory over there had been open to scouts as usual, and if everyone had equal access to Ivan Demidov's game last season, he probably would have been the first person selected in the draft. This is all information that Canadian scouts apparently told Leclerc. They told him under normal circumstances, Demidov likely would have been selected first overall. The veteran radio Canada journalist also mentioned that it's very likely the Habs scouts didn't have all the information themselves, and he wonders if that's the reason Ivan Demidov may not have been their top choice either. In the end, the San Jose Sharks, who held the first overall pick last year, chose Macklin celebrating. who had a sensational rookie season and is a Calder Trophy contender alongside of Lane Hudson. But credit must also go to the Chicago Blackhawks, Anaheim Ducks, and especially the Columbus Blue Jackets for passing on the young forward wearing 93, who might just become the best Canadiens forward in a long, long time. Now, that might be a little bit hyperbolic to say towards the end, but I think it's also kind of accurate there. You know? Demidov has that potential. People going in there and saying he's the best Habs forward prospect, best Habs prospect since Guy Lafleur. And whilst that is a tall task, a tall order to be compared to, it's one of these things where it's like, yeah, not considering the point record and considering the production. I mean, the guy outscored Kaprizov, and he did it whilst being given incredibly limited minutes. He probably has a sky-high ceiling. Franchise media potential in the NHL video games, in my opinion at least. Screw the elite high rating that they gave him. I think he deserves to be a little bit better than that. Anyways, Ivan Demidov being a potential first overall guy in the 2024 NHL draft, that is absolutely something that would have caused a stir had we talked about it last year. I'll go out here on the record and say this. Matthew Celebrini in 2024 was always going to go first overall. Not necessarily because he was always the best player and he'll always continue to be the best player from the draft class, but just because of the story. The guy was the first overall touted pick for years. Everybody's talking about, oh, he's also from Vancouver. It's like a Connor Bedard situation here. He's in the NCAA, and he won the Hobie Baker, and he did all this crazy stuff, and everybody was saying he was going to be first overall the entire season. People weren't necessarily thinking that Celebrini would be a Bedard or a McDavid level talent, but he was better than, let's say, other first overall, second overall guys like Matty Beniers, Adam Fantilli. Matthew Celebrini was above that caliber in the eyes of many prospect analysts. So, because there was so much conversation about Celebrini, there was so much to like out of his game. He was poised, he was mature, he was a center, he was a two-way capable guy, he can score points, he's creative, he's strong on his stick, he's everything you need a number one center to be. That's why he went first overall. That's why he was supposed to go first overall. He was a Hobie Baker winner in his freshman season. That's only been accomplished however many times by a freshman. Paul Kariya, Jack Eichel, Adam Fantilli, Macklin, Celebrini. Is that it? Is that 4 times? I mean, just based off of what we knew back then, and even what we have seen this season in the NHL, there was never going to be a world where Macklin Celebrini wasn't taken first overall. But Ivan Demidov being taken second, maybe even challenging for first in the same way that you could debate that Nishkov was challenging Bedard for first overall, years before the 2023 NHL draft where they were inevitably taken first and seventh. If you want to twist my arm and say that there's a conversation to be had about whether or not Demidov should have been taken first, or he does have a higher ceiling, or he is somebody that's going to have a better career than Celebrini, I'm all for that conversation. I don't think it's unrealistic. However, to say that, yeah, so everybody knew what Demidov was like back in 2024, he probably would have been taken first. We don't know that. Honestly, I don't think that's the case just because Celebrini and the star power behind his name was so high. But I understand the point that the scouts are making, that Ivan Demidov was drafted out of the MHL. He wasn't even taken out of the top or the second tier Russian league. He was taken out of the Russian Junior League. You know how many guys get taken at the top of the NHL draft from the Russian Junior League? Not many. And he didn't really do much in the KHL in his draft eligible year.
What Canada's is happening for the weather station up in Seabrook? How is it? It's south, the cottage rate position. The quality of NWC is unmatched. Takes the teamer, and he doesn't.
It's that guy.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. All the voices have been AI generated and are strictly box. They're you're dragging shit out and no one cares.
short and sweet like this. And these are all AI voices that are strictly for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. The viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching and that watch this drive. Joe, if you even think about cheating this game,
Yeah, Joe, none of that holiday bullshit again. Or any bullshit at any time.
I didn't even do anything.
I went back and saw the footage, Joe. You turned on Mulligan in the settings.
Oh, now you speak up.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When I asked you last game if you noticed Joe's first swing didn't count, you were all like, oh, I didn't see anything. I'm just going off the scoreboard. My name is Ben and I'm a whiny baby. That does sound like little Ben. Shut your ass up, Joe. Cheating, get your shit.
All right, I think Joe got the message and learned from it.
Learn from what?
Hey, do you guys think maybe I could play this game?
Hold on, let me ask the viewers. Hey guys, did Ben get to play this game? Oh, he said no. Sorry, Ben.
Donald, we aren't even live. How could you have possibly asked them and expect a response?
You know who is live, Joe?
Who?
Your mom. Hot damn. Said Joe up for a spike and he fucking nailed Ben right in the face.
Ben, good. I'm sorry, Ben.
No.
Yeah, Ben, sorry. The game only allows me to export up to the characters.
Well, can I just use George's?
But, no.
Or even edit one of the four to look like me when it's my turn?
Yeah, guys. Let's all mess up Barry's hard work and make him become candy carrot. And it's just to accommodate Ben. Sounds like a lot of headaches just for one person.
Besides, you did such a great job on that video last game. Actually, Ben, you can take and edit Donald's character.
No, I'm good. You did great commentating, Ben.
Gotta choose the course.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, Joe. Would it be possible for me to pick the course for today?
Absolutely not.
Sure, I don't see why not.
Barry?
Oh, would you quit bitching about everything?
Yeah, Ben, quit bitching.
He was talking to you, Donald.
Oh, cool. This one has Philadelphia in the background. That's New York.
Fuck. Actually, you're both idiots. It literally says right there that it's Jersey City.
George, that's Manhattan in the background.
How could it be Manhattan if we're in New Jersey? Come on, Ben, use your brain. Because it's across the fucking Hudson River.
Yes, thank you, Donald.
So, is this one a yes or what? I don't care. Going with holes 1, 8, and 14. That way we got a par 4, 5, and 3.
All right, lock it in. Let's go.
This course looks pretty nice, actually. Too bad I can't.
Welcome to Liberty Bell. See, this is Philadelphia. You want me to old school too. So, just trying to get it on the fairway.
Gary's first drive of the game will land him on the...
Nope, none of that. I'd rather listen to Joe Buck.
Why the hell does no one like Joe Buck? He's by far one of the best announcers today. I agree 100%, George. The hate for him is crazy.
I actually like him a lot for baseball.
Yeah, well, you have bad taste in everything, Ben. Especially politics.
Joe, my political beliefs are far more superior than yours.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, little Benjamin. I forgot that you're the president of this fucking country. I'd much rather have Ben than you.
You guys are already messing me up by bitching at each other. And it's the first damn hole. Will you please simmer down? I've been behaving myself, Barry.
Who's a good little Georgian?
George will see off here for the first time this afternoon.
What's the approach here, George?
Get the ball on the hole.
How do you plan to do it, George?
By hit. Seems like a solid tactic.
Are you feeling risky early on in this competition, or will you play it more safe and attempt
I'm
to...
gonna do what I'm gonna do. Now watch me try.
You guys are pansy.
How?
Because you're both playing too safe. Get it across that little pond or lake, whatever the hell it is. It's the Hudson River.
No, it's Joe.
Oh man, that is just unfortunate.
See what happens when you play it safe?
At least you got it up there.
Still miss the green?
Oh, why the hell did it tell me to chip it?
Probably because you aren't on the green.
Yeah, but the hole is 4 yards away. I can easily put this in. All right, so do it then. I'm working on it, Chicky. I'd like the flag. Never even hit the flag.
Should have chipped it, dumbass.
Looks like George will have to settle for one over par.
It's all right, George. You'll get him next time. I'm sending this one to Mars.
As impressive as that would be, that wouldn't help you out too much on the scorecard.
What do you expect us to do, Donald?
Stop being a bunch of wussies and hit it on the other side of that string. See, bad shot. You're listening to me.
Donald, if any of us would have hit it on the other side, and hit the sand and go run. Gonna clutch up here on this putt.
Wow, you'll somehow just make it. Hey, I'm great, Bill.
Fails. That stinks.
It was still a great start, but it's just better than this man.
Looks like you and Joe were tied. You like your losers?
Donald, want to share your approach with the viewer?
Absolutely. Don't be a pansy. Life is too short to not be a risk taker and end up like these losers that sit beside you. As the most powerful golfer in history, I will easily land this on the green. Take notes, asshats. What? Out of fucking bounds!
You guys got that down.
So this
Did you learn to aim for the fairway this time?
is the horseshit point. What did I even do?
Since taking office, during the game. Who am I kidding? The answer is the same either way.
Because there is no way to have enough force, but whatever. Mickey Mouse force.
Splash down. Donald's ball takes a swim and luck just out
Bitch, shut your fucking mouth. Well, you know what they say, fifth time's a charm.
But you haven't even gotten it in yet.
That's what she...
Joe, manners, please. We show nothing but class on the course.
Oh, yeah, because Donald is filled with class. You don't see that putt?
I think that's like a 2 on the scorecard. Something changes your kid. Wasn't just like all these years long. And we are underway here at hole 2, which is really hole 8.
Hey, man,
Yes.
you're too loud. You're going to wake up Joe.
Huh? Donald's pretty off there.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was a hill. Guess you could say that was a rough realization. I don't know what impressed me more. The cleverness of Joe, the fact that he knows the word realization. Beats the bunker, I guess. Let's just aim a little closer and rely on this roll. And we should be good. Okay.
Bullshit. What a shot by Barack Obama.
That's how it's done here.
Good enough for me.
Uh-oh, headed right for the dude.
Please stop rolling.
Please keep rolling.
Ah, unfortunate.
Shut it down. Does not look like a favorable landing for you, Jordan.
You gotta be kidding.
Just a bit to the left.
3 horrific shots in a row for George.
I don't know why I was
Didn't need me then because now that I have,
Let's bust the fun. Here we go. Have you done kidding? Clear bearings, George. You two are just wow. Just wow. Now that's a bunch of fucking shit. You two both get bunkered and still manage to get on this game is unrealistic as hell. I didn't hit the bunker though. No. You and George really need some new material.
what do you mean?
You both say the same shit, like you and your. Now watch this drive. Joe is just the one with your console here. Like get creative before you make this series stale.
Donald continues to pitch in the middle of Joe's drive. Possibly a tactic to throw off his opponent which worked so well in 2020.
Ben, bring up that frequent lesson one more time. And I'll contact you to have this demonetized again. Oh, don't worry. All the school kids are hitting the bunker. You'll still get far worse because this game's bad.
That'll rough his way.
Oh, come on. Ah, so bullshit with you, Joe.
In a matter of inches, Joe will have settled for par.
Suffering to know the hardest part of that. Yeah, let me show you all how it's done.
Right to the bunker.
So you walked out. That was all skill, nothing else. Guarantee this does the most down there.
Solid so far.
Now let me show you how not to hit the bunker. Don't believe it when I see it. Damn right you will. You missed the green ball, but I missed the bunker. I'm like, you see this? Watch this birdie shithead. I did this birdie, but don't say that. It really is a joke. Here we go. No, really. I mean, how the hell am I to hit the bunker or roll down a hill? Yet we all still somehow get par. It makes no sense.
It all comes down to this. The final hole. Barry currently has the lead with -1. George and Joe are tied with even par. And then there's Donald, who's, well, falling it off.
Hey, at least I get to play this Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. Nothing like Chicken Little.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great shot, Barry. It looks like an easy bogey.
Are you mean bogey? You're looking at the center channel.
Oh, no. I'm in birdie.
Seriously.
No, I think Bill meant bogey.
That's still can't believe I missed that. Still can't believe Donald just like me today. Get it? Because he never showed up.
Funny, you never showed up to your presidency.
Ooh, that was bad.
So the only way Barry can lose is if George or Joe hit a hole in one. As for Donald, there's no hope for him to win.
That's because I am saving my victory for 2024. Little Benjamin.
But I thought Donald Trump only when why would he need to save the victory?
Because I don't waste it on trash station.
Oh, okay. In other words, he's being a bitch.
The fuck you say?
Quiet and shoot birds. Nice shot there, Tiger. No offense, George, but I think I can move on to the tie. Oh, yeah. Never have a great good.
That definitely doesn't sound right.
Ha, yeah, you're done, dipshit.
Come on, George, you got this. Yo, I'm playing the card at this point.
How come? Because he sucks.
Look at that fucking amazing shot. And you know what, Orange man, at least I actually competed. Take a look at that scorecard once again. You have fucking ability to.
All right, Barry, no problem. I think this bastard.
Who the fuck is this?
That's not what was supposed to happen. Joe, if you take this class, I won't tell you to shit on the flip last weekend.
I already told him because he was status.
Should have let him. It would have been funny as hell.
Oh, man, let's get it good, though.
He had enough gas last weekend, though. Am I right?
You know, I really don't appreciate it.
You know, I really don't appreciate you stealing the election. We all can't get what we want, Joe.
Joe, by the way, you lost.
Yeah, I'm fucking aware of that. All right, I'm going to tie Barry right here.
And how do you expect to do that?
Rather than drive it, I'm going to punch it, get it short with power so we'll let him on into the hole.
Oh, shit, that might be spinning. Will it do it?
Fuck! Wow.
What an incredible yet surprising shot from Donald Trump. Inches away from an out-of-this-world hole in one.
All right, I'll give it to you. That was great fun. Yes, friendly. But if it works for that bullet, he might have ended up with a plus like this. What the hell, George? It's the unfortunate. Then Barry was talking about that never mind.
Well, that will do it for us here in Jersey City. Barry takes the crown in this week's tournament, and Donald goes to dead last.
Okay. Don't fucking get it.
If it makes you feel any better, even if you did hit that hole in one, you're still winning the money game. Barry just gets out of home another Sunday.
Oh, yes, I bet. Well, everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you all enjoy. Next week, we will most likely return to MLB The Show. Put up a poll for who should be our fourth member.
Wait, what?
You'll actually will on the polls.
Sadly, things are busy that easily, Ben. Don't forget to check out our card channel, Presidential Pack, and subscribe and like this video. Until next time,
Good on you.
The straight out scored, right? Teravainen for Levi, Benson, Knight, and first and first, second for Benson and Levi.
give me 7 minutes a day in the chair and I'll help you lose that beer belly. We start on March 24th. Here's the personalized plan of short tips.
So, it's gone. Uh, don't know what happened, but he's gone. So let's get to the show. He's looking at my phone, I was waiting to hear like the door open, but I never heard it.
A lot more than that, though. It's easy to do dory trade, though. What, wow, really? Devin Levi's 21, so he was gonna be like the guy. Night is over.
Oh my god, the last lock there, come on.
Really?
All fires are gone. Okay, what do you have in the picture? Okay. Everybody else is behind. I'm gonna have to quick save and then do this all on one. I'll see what we can see up here. But I have to go downstairs. Okay. Right. No! No! That was it! Oh, I had it. I was like, yeah, I'm locked in. I'm locked in master now. There we go. I need to go find some on ASAP. Where to open it? Where to find black business of living? You can figure the last fix pavilion, David Sam working outside of the city, start the stables, work the way around the conquest to find them, the these good fences. That's where the work right out those to be not those big requests for the nation with watch thing. Okay, you know, West, working it. And that's once you get going and the basic gun that we have to Cody Island, so to get care of TVs. Right, that is on the list. That is, yes, 100%. So then, you're getting a very full on thing because that is what I created now. And stuff like it. Business is still sort of traded, it's traded, but there is double. Push the feet stuck to the ground, stick the ground bone, that stock cells is taken from the recently gas into the certificate of edit. So this grisly accusation so grows routed teams. They press. I shouldn't want that. Just a phone. Those detail names were recently deceased, buried with medications in Cyrodiil. The quickest front door so may not realize where the merchandise is coming from. Recently deceased, the city put double bits of pants. It was just literally snatching stuff off the bodies. Let's take this boat. Get out of here before Brother shows back up. So, give me a. Is that best friends?
Look at this how that works.
Yeah, gotta go find that thing. Well, hang on. Where was that? That near the stables. There's that thing about the best spot. The blockheads. There's a Big Sam. Right outside the Imperial City Wall, the northeast of the Chestnut Handy Stables. What was that? Northeast of the Chestnut Handy Stables. What was that? West of the Imperial City. I don't remember seeing Chestnut Stables. Region Apartments. Okay, but that's the north. One up in the map. I want to get this. Not the properties. Maybe doing that.
I'll walk that white drivers on this fucking team. Ooh. Last, Brildeen's gone. I definitely removed his cap off the team. Daniel's not going anywhere.
Maybe it's a close to that hat, actually.
Oh, look at that trade. Bam. Better for a young guy. Look at that trade. We're from Seattle right there. I love that trade, actually. I got cap off.
Let's get it. A lot of good this one. And I use something over here, I guess. On the outside of the gardens. This
Will be a really good value player for our team. Oh boy, I was late. Okay. Wait, what? I probably trade him anyway. Oh, I'll trade him next season.
And it should be this way. Citizen Christmas here. Up in somewhere. Yes.
Get that my way.
That's what that guy said. Doing some stuff there. It's building stuff.
I wouldn't make that easy to jump anybody. Thank you with the only
But you sort of actually you could set up and kind of like skeleton do.
Building the schedule. Usually availability and time off. There's so much better to be stuck in your back instead of doing what you love. That when I learned to got your back on this. So you can get back to running your business and get shit done.
You better try it. You know, it's all greens, all natural greens, how it tastes like an oil. More fresh.
Really?
Or things.
When it's like this?
I
Taste like more. But I love it. I'm finding that, it's nice to instead of putting it in and figure out what the guy can stuff want at the same time. And sometimes it's nice to just play something or all this information over there and just sit and have a little more optimized play to it. Just have fun about it and I'm going to find everything. Just play. Yeah, bro.
What to do with all of these stuff?
It goes definitely faster now. 100% faster now. Saying this. Try to stay in Las Vegas with us. I'm trying to just find out one of the things. So we got it.
I feel like you catch on sooner or later. That's why I had this threat prepared for you. In your village, today is all this stuff. This time, it's going to take something illegal and put to
Self-defense. Shot my face is not the best. Alright. This guy was just finish his ass off. I'll be able to train my endurance and everything else. I'm going to use it so we can buy after this fight. Somehow seems the justice doesn't job 6 years setback potentially terminated. Sounds good. That's cool. What do you mean? So, what about you? The basic. Base return willpower and endurance. I'm sure that in 20 seconds. I mean, I wasn't planning on using swords. But maybe I need to obviously value. Really want to chuck this out as a full set of iron units, so even if we're update, so that and I think we can just drop this completely off. Waste so much. 30 extras. I think I can pay for the extras. Check that. I don't really heavy before I get to that. Crap, yeah, I'm just going to name the cabinet right next to the master of the cabinet. I had to say, yeah, rest. Drop it. Okay. Take the pressure in the hands, yes. But, activate those. Fresh bit has been open the grave. Yeah, I think so. Just that, just get a shovel. I think I might just really get something. Let's take the photo. What is that? Look at that. Hold on. That's not what I was thinking. They still got something like that. Hang on, let me put this up. I feel like it's down. There's a feeling this other guy's shovel. Society was so big that all the ones that just brought was fire. And Jensen for a lot of gold. And probably kind of some the topic full of here.
Oh wow, there we go. Shit. Okay.
Questions. It looks like the reward for this is based on that level. That means levels 1 to 500 gold. My current level is 100 gold. Pickpocket and incubator. I'm not happy with the compensation. Unless you have to look back and get it from the computer. If I said something, you get from those. There's getting first with the color base found in the market. Building over the box of trucks. None of these super base. But
Thank God you guys wanted an extension too. Okay, good. I was worried you wouldn't. 2 year. Just a 2-year contract is statute $55 million.
But hang on. I've looked at all these videos. I've seen a couple of these things. Hang on a second here. This we're looking for.
Phil's gone, Angel's probably gone, Patterson will be staying up for next season 2.
How the premises along the rest of the town, west of all the towns are doing.
Yeah, that's another 2-year extension for him. That's funny. I'll give him 2 years extra extension to just prove himself.
It is not private how the premises. Oh, damn, that's sneaky. Oh, I would never found that.
Maybe his Patterson scored. There we go.
What's that? Is it the one on the start that's right down straight across and then down straight? Sure, looks good. So that's it. Go back. Let's see. Go to the ones that are much very collaborative.
Good, they both accepted. Excellent. That's what life. They're young players too, so they will grow with this team. Joey Anderson scores twice. Riker Evans, there you go, Riker.
Just hang out the base, should be quick 1, 2, 3. But using the sword. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
I'm relying on Riker a lot next year and Patterson too. They're both going to be paying for his pairing property.
That's a good stuff with it, isn't it?
How is Onwall doing? Shit, they're still up there. Okay. Well, that's okay, I guess.
Damn, out this level. The snake smells a little bit. I can summon pretty
Ouch, that's an embarrassment.
I was on my combination, she said she's going to give me a bunch of money, I'm finding out that it's actually a starting one. I was really looking for like 500 gold categories. 80. So, I didn't take it. But I just said, no, so I thought it'd be really nice. Well, this is fucking shares, it sounds common. This is not
And I decided to go into society. This is life. Give me a chance. And somebody will never forget things like that. Except cities.
Okay, that's good. I think that was that. She's in Big Ten. She's in flavors. She's crunching satisfaction. And then just talk about willpower and attack on it. Negative values. You know, really good at the time. Come on. Around like this, you can see here. And change the color. That's what it looks like, yes, it's like that. That's it. Change phase of living. A change in appearance. There's possibility that triggers optic lands. Hold on. Pass. Oh. Ah. Did it have there we go. That's better. And this method is another step. Cool. That's probably everyone said. So, if you have any listeners,
I have been anxious. Well done in your absence. Earlier visited and we spoke at length about his role in this city. He told me of his intentions. Last but not least, he's a in return, society has decided not now. I'm sure you won't be many.
bunch of girls,
You all learned better practice.
just gonna after this, that is this.
You drive a hard bargain.
So that, so it was, perhaps it's on that figures. We have the stairways, we hang on to other ground names. We just looked up.
You got a great deal there. That's more than I usually get. A fine transaction.
That brings with a lot too. That's the crazy thing is just getting them breaking off that dude for 10% fire across the list and this. I mean, that's 600, but that's not bad. That'd be fine. Biggest. I'm sure that we make another one. Okay. Let's do that. We'll, whatever, just look at it. Then I think we'll do. I got it probably make sense, so I'm not gonna do it. the same skill that keeps you on track. My God, driving business growth.
Get the advice you need for one of life's biggest decisions with REMAX.
I don't actually curious stuff. Is it so? How about we find it's not safe? I don't know, this is after the 2 minutes, innocence of it. You see parades, just buckle with blocks, literally for other called Earth Maze. We play volleyball, shrine class, function of substation. Damage weapons also restore health by 20. Very better. He's in Disney, that sounds fucking good. The damage is comparable on the district two-handed. Damage with one-handed axes. There's potion and some of them of this. Delicious. Sword, you got Sunken Blade, Katana. That was super the sword, the sword. That was a steel sword. Singing in the dagger, discipline, same running with that chain dagger, another katana. One blade, light and one blade. Makes it do the testing area can be found. It's just off press, fires in. Because another katana, becomes a steel long sword. Sing beaver. Then you just have like, wait. Without the allies, pretty good off of this. And strengthen the to get us like the right to do things with the battle axe to get good. Missions that fire damage 20 points and 50 feet. It's just a massive this sometimes damage magnitude. Pretty sure to put that to the drill of boards. It's best to land in 20 seconds. And this is out to be the best to be handled. This is ridiculous. Kind of really cool. It's quite creative. And a cool sort of prison chief and then run down and take the quest ahead of his citizen father. It's been a really good one-hander. Nothing else. I just closed the part one. Yeah, that's it. So, we give it 2 minutes of its output based on somebody who will be the best two-hander and Connor will be the best one-hander. There's nothing really in the basis of the two. I mean, obviously, I'm going to think the long run is just to be crafting something that's better. Doing something. And then it's just a lot of those. What can I do? Okay, so not fine. It's sort of the same. So then it's that makes sense, but that would be. So, yeah, let's see if this thing's good for.
Oil fans that made it for next. Some might have a lucky journey, and others may barely off. But what they all have is a big together, life is good.
Introducing Burger King's new fiery menu. Turtles and Geeks. All fiery menu is here.
I stopped how to do draft nice.
Right, just stay out of it. Busy. Man.
The yellow team ain't gonna fight. You must be down like.
One of us stood out because we had a massive blowout. Why have you done it? God damn. I wonder how far we could get to the fight. We had stable partner for you every time. I doubt that maybe the basis for the charge, but might as well. Because if it's something that's going to be the charge, and then it's not there, it's good. Let's wrap up here. I'm going to go close out for now. I think in the next episode, I'm going to just say I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to just burn through the arena and see how this goes. That's fun.
Lose the trade. Power forward, right winger would be better, probably, just to honor Bedard. I mean, the center power forward as well.
Welcome back. All right, this is the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Friday, April the 25th. We have 3 games tonight in the National Hockey League as well. So let's start at the top of the board. Coming on last night's game between Tampa Bay and Florida. The question's out there. And one question was whether or not Brandon Hagel would be facing a suspension. The answer to that is yes. The very productive forward for the Tampa Bay Lightning has a hearing, so suspension is on the way. If it's going to be a fine, they'll just announce the fine. If it's a hearing, it's a suspension. So I would think probably 1 game. I think the fact is that the hit is thrown, and I've heard people talking about, it's not that bad of a hit, but there's no puck anywhere near it. And so Barkov's not ready for the hit there. He's going to brace himself, and it just means that you're taking the hit a lot worse than you would if you were ready for it if you had fun. So Hagel's going to get suspended. We'll see how many games it is. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Patrick Laine's status for game 3 tonight is up in the air. He wants to practice the same as the maintenance day. He did get benched for the 3rd period in game 2. So maybe he's been fighting something. Maybe that's part of why his play has been noteworthy or not the right reasons recently. But it definitely sounds like line 8 could very well end up being on the lineup for Montreal tonight. We shall see. The Edmonton Oilers making an interesting decision for Game 3 tonight is looking at Calvin Pickard. So Pickard gets a chance to try to turn things around and do it. You're down 2 games to nothing. I do recall in points last year when the Oilers would make that switch in that during the playoffs. So we'll see how many games Pickard gets and all that fun stuff. But before we get started tonight, an absolute tough win for the Oilers. I want to jump in here and then over here. Markov, coming up back in from Hagel. His status for Game 3 is uncertain. As I said last night, it looked like he might be dealing with a concussion. Just looks really delayed sitting there. And Markov doesn't get players to stay in the game. There aren't players who will stay on the kind of milk yet. I think my favorite thing in the game is when you see a guy down in the ace and roll around, and then we talk about the other way, and they strap right up. It's a miracle he's playing. But Markov's not that guy. So Markov's down in the ace and hurt. He is really hurt. And so hopefully he's able to play in Game 3. If Markov does, Angel does back this game a lot in the top 6 for both teams. Let's go to Houston. So, the Houston is supposed to be coming over and playing for Carolina. There's a lot of excitement with Carolina fans. It sounds like the management of Carolina, though, it's not well regarded. And this is translated. This appears to be translated. So, at times there's translated articles and things might get lost in translation. But the agent and those representing Houston are not happy because Carolina has not registered the contract with the National Hockey League. So it's signed, yes, but it's always registered, it's always printed in NHL, it's not an active contract. And apparently Eric Kelsey has some attitude out on 2 games to nothing. We don't know who give them the line right now. So there's no rush. What's the rush? Well, for Houston, there's obviously a rush because this is completely changing his life. So I understand.
I have way too many fucking goalies. I need to trade some out.
$2,500. But, I mean, for those of us, in the real world, that's $2,000. That's what is nice, that's nothing. But for much, that's money. You can't get around. So, all kidding aside,